Nemo took the ripe lemon and cut it in half. "Hold this," he said. Ado took the lemon in his hand. His father poured black powder from a bottle into his capped left palm. He picked one half of the lemon from Ado's hand, squeezed the warm liquid on the powder and mixed it. Then Nemo took Siaka's left palm in his, and Ado and his peers called Siaka timid because he always ran away from fights. Now he had dislocated his arm. The boy yelled at the pain and pulled the hand away. "Hold on," Nemo said, and the boy's father sat behind him, crossing his legs over the boy's to prevent him from kicking. One of the young men standing by held Siaka's right hand. Siaka began to cry. Nemo rubbed his right palm with a soft clay and smeared it on the injured place. "Sorry, my son. I know this is painful, but be a man." So saying, he held the hand and, closing his own eyes as though he felt the pain too, Nemo pulled in gently, turned it left and then right. He pulled it hard and slipped his hand down the injured hand. Siaka's wail could be heard in the last house in the village. He struggled to free himself, but his father held him. "Keep quiet there," the man reprimanded his son. "Next time you will watch a tree carefully when you see one. These flat ears of yours never hear a warning." "Talk to him later, my good friend," Nemo said, pulling the hand. "You don't scold a person when you're treating them." The mother of the boy stood by, tears in her eyes. "They climb trees like squirrels," she said, "and you don't know what it is that they are doing up there. If you knew what these children did, they would send you to your grave before you die." Ado stamped behind his father. He looked at the root that ran visibly across the bush path. With two blows, he cut it. He pulled it out his left hand and was just about to fling it away when his father said, "Wait, wait." That the boy paused. "Let me see. This one is good," Nemo said and dropped the root into the khaki bag hanging on the boy's shoulder. The sun had set beyond the trees, and the invisible crickets had begun their night calls, but father and son had their backs to the way home. "Roots and leaves, old trees bark are good medicine for curing many diseases," Nemo told the boy. Preparation of medicinal herbs was Nemo's other occupation besides farming, but it was not like farming because farming brought him income, whereas herbs did not. It could have made him rich, but Nemo's own father, who had taught him how to combine leaves and roots to produce herbal medicine, told him never to charge people for the medicine he administered. "They will press you to receive their gifts," Nemo's father had told him years ago, "but never give in. It's completely free." According to Nemo's father, that was what his own father had told him. It has come down the generations with that simple order. All Susa came to Nemo to receive treatment. The government hospital was 60 miles away, unless an illness persisted, in which case Nemo advised them to go to the government hospital. He offered them herbs to chew, boil and drink, sniff, bathe in, grind mixed with water and smearing on affected spots, and he did it without charge, just like his father had ordered. "Father," Adu interrupted his father's thoughts. "This afternoon, on our way from school, I showed a friend how to stop blood from oozing out of wounds. I did it the way you showed me when we were in the rice farm the other day." How did you do it? I squeezed. Ado looked beyond his father and saw someone approaching them. It was Apia. A long stick of dry wood was on his shoulder. His father stepped aside to give way to Apia and Ado did the same. Welcome, Apia, Nemo greeted, adding cheerfully, your wife will be happy with the firewood. Apia passed by without a word. Father and son continued their journey. Indignation stirred in Adu's heart. Continue, Nemo said. But father, why did you greet him? We are not enemies, Adu, are we? Adu was about to Abdu was about to say, Father, he insulted you, but he chose to remain silent instead. Apia is a good man, Adu, Nemo said. To the silent disagreement of his son, you should respect him. Did you see that he was carrying firewood for his wife? Not all men will do that. Silence, Nemo added. In spite of his fits of anger, Adu, I mean it, Apia is a good man. Adu did not say anything. He totally disagreed with his father, but he kept quiet. What were you saying? This afternoon one of your friends hurt himself with a blade. I remembered your medicine. I plucked cassava leaves, ground them in my palm, and pressed them on the cut. A few minutes later, the bleeding stopped. You did well, but it's not my medicine, it's anybody's. After a pause, he added, that is suitable for fresh wounds and not old ones. Remember that. As it's for stopping minor blood flow, as I told you before, not necessarily for curing the wound. The discussion of Adu's experiment would have ended there, but Adu said, the boy was so happy that he bought me some sweets. Nemo stopped and turned round. Haven't I told you never to receive payment when you treat anybody? No, he didn't pay me, father. He only bought me sweets, which he was going to buy anyway, and give me some. It's the same, my boy. Now listen to me. Never accept payment, in whatever form, for showing somebody how to treat any kind of ailment. Is that clear? Yes, father. My own father and his father before him never did that. Other people may receive payment for their herbs, and there is nothing wrong with it, provided that their herbs are genuine. But in our family, it is for free. Yes, tomorrow, Nemo continued. When you see your friend, do this. Don't let him know that you're paying him back, but buy the same kind of sweets and give it to him. Yes, father. They went to a tree close to the road and peeled off some of the bark. Nemo pulled down a creeping plant along the tree, rolled it into a ball and dropped it in the sack. Ado glanced around to see if a tortoise might be lying beneath the tree, but what he was looking for was only in the story. A week later, Nemo was relaxing in his chair after a heavy day's work when the father of the boy with the dislocation entered. His father, Siaka, followed him. Ado was in Mahama's room when he heard some people greeting his father. He came out, followed by Mahama. Siaka was seated close to his father, holding a big red cockerel. Ado squatted near Siaka and whispered into his ear, is this cock for us? Before the boy had time to reply, his father, after the formalities had passed, said, well, my friend Nemo, the elders say the left hand washes the right and the right washes the left. That is true, Nemo answered. There is no way I can thank you for giving back my son's hand to him. As you can see, he can now use the hand. But he took the cup from his son. You do not thank a friend with an empty hand. This cock is nothing, my friend. God himself will reward you for me. Ado looked on with interest. He wished his father would allow him to respond to this man's gestures. We live together as brothers in this village, Nemo said. We should not be paying one another for our friendship. If you pay me for this, it means that tomorrow when you show me brotherly kindness, I'll be expected to pay you. Take this coke back. I appreciate your response. Then to charge the subject, he added, have you boiled any eggs for your boy since he recovered? No, the man replied. Did you kill him a fowl instead? No, the man said, feeling slightly guilty. Ah, my friend, you've deprived your boy of what is due him. You see this cock? Go and kill it for him. He deserves it. Have you forgotten the story about the man who forgot to give his daughter a present when she recovered from a bad disease? The disease returned to the girl. Don't let that happen to Ado's friend. That was the end of the gift. Ado was not surprised. Ado had just returned from school. He had taken a hoe from the storeroom and was heading towards his father's small garden behind the house when something attracted him. It was a rather unusual spectacle. At first he felt like laughing, but the groan he had suggested something serious. He stopped. Appiah, wearing an anxious face, was carrying his wife on his back, the way a woman would carry her baby. His body was drenched with sweat. The woman's head rested helplessly on his back, and she was moaning like a woman in travail. For the first time since Appiah had quarreled with his father on his account, Ado felt sympathy for the man. He moved towards the staggering man in a gesture that showed he wanted to be of help. Ado, is your father at home? Appiah asked in desperation. No, he's not yet back from the farm. Boye's father. What has happened to Boye's mother? Which farm did your father go to? Appiah ignored Ado's question. The rice farm. Please, Ado, good boy, run and call him. I beg you. Tell him that a snake has bitten my wife and she's about to die. Tell him. Before he had even finished, Ado had thrown the hoe away and was flying down the road to the rice farm. He saw Yarrow come out of his house and ran towards Appiah. Nemo was digging cassava when he heard someone hooting. He saw Ado crossing the wooden bridge and huddle over the face. Nemo ran to meet the perspiring boy. What is the matter? He asked, fear rushing through him. Ado was choking with fatigue. Papa, Boy's father, Appiah, Boy's mother is dead, dying. Ado gasped. What? Calm down and talk properly. What's the matter? Appiah's wife, Boy's mother, Snake has bitten her and and she's dying. Who sent you? Boy's father. Nemo picked up his machete and began to hurry home. On the way, he saw Happy running towards them. Oh, Nemo, my friend, trouble has come home. Please, my wife has been bitten by a cobra and she's lying at home dying. Oh, I'm in trouble today. Be calm, Appiah, Nemo said. Run home quickly and cut the place of the bite and press the blood out of it. I'm following you. Appiah galloped back home. When Nemo got to the village, he saw many people going in and out of Appiah's home. He went straight to his own house. When Adu saw his father, he left the crowd to follow him. Adu, go back and tell Appiah to send the people away. The woman needs fresh air. Adu made his way through the crowd and went straight to Appiah's side. He whispered his father's message and remained standing close to the dying woman. He had stopped mourning now and he was lying prostrate on a mat. Blood oozed through a deep cut at the spot where the snake had bitten. He didn't see his father, but suddenly the man pushed him aside and squatted near the woman. Appiah pointed to the mark of the bites. Nemo counted the spots. 2. he announced. It beat her twice. It beat her twice. Let me see the other leg. Did you check there? Apia did not answer. Nemo raised the woman's leg and searched. Down at her knee, he spotted two tiny blood clots. Oh no! Nemo exclaimed. What? Apia held the leg and stared at the two dots. He began to shake. He had not realized that the snake had inflicted so many bites upon his wife. Send all the people away, Nemo instructed. He emptied out the bag he had brought with him and chose a razor knife. He cut the spots where he saw the blood clots and pressed it. The woman yelled out in pain. The blood was spat out, that split out was dark and thick. Nemo picked two dry roots from among his things, ground them, and pressed them in the cut. He waited for some time and then told Apia, leave her to rest a while. Then he went out.